I thought buying the house was the hard part. Turns out it comes with a massive amount of work. This week is just going to be a week of me working around the house, finishing up the basement, working in the garage, working on the garden, and a little bit of moving too. So this week, the house projects became very real. Up until now, it was mostly planning, thinking about stuff, measuring up stuff. But this week, the projects became very real. Some of the materials for the projects, like some of the materials for the basement, for the home gym, came. And when I say materials, I mean a lot of materials. We received a huge shipment for the basement, comprising of a pallet of tiling for the basement and about 24 bags of gravel and sand, I would say. Mind you, each bag weighs about 25 kgs. And on top of that, we also received some wood planks for the deadlift platform for the home gym in the garage. So yeah, the projects are no longer just projects. They are materials just sitting on pallets in front of my house. And honestly, there's something very different between saying I'm going to finish the basement and actually seeing a literal ton of materials arrive at your door. It makes the project feel very real, and the basement is one of those spaces that I know don't look very exciting, especially from the latest videos, but to me it matters a lot because the goal is to prepare it properly so it can eventually become a fish room. Like, as you know, I used to really be into aquascaping, and having a dedicated spaces for my aquarium is something I've been wanting for a long time now. But before a said space can become anything nice, it needs to go through the boring foundation works. The floor needs to be prepped, the materials need to go down there, the space needs to become cleaner and more usable, and so on. And that's the part you don't really imagine when you have a dream project. Like, in your head, you imagine the finished product, the finished room, like you imagine everything looking nice and tidy. But before that, there are bags of sands, bags of gravels, dust, carrying items, digging stuff, sweating, trying not to destroy your back and your body, and realizing that 20 kilos per bag feels very heavy when there's 23 of them. And then there's the garage. So we went on a trip to the hardware store again with my wife so we could buy some more shelving so she could advance on her workshop. And then we installed them on the walls, like we pierced the walls and then bolted them to the wall and so on, as you can see in the images. This week I also received some wood planks for the deadlift platform, which is another project I've been wanting to do because I've been wanting to get back into fitness for a long time now, and I hope I can make this garage a practical space for both of us. So my wife's projects, her workshop, a home gym, and some part of storage, I guess. So all of this is very exciting, but of course there's also this side that's slightly overwhelming in the sense that when everything arrives at once, you look at it and you think, okay, now I actually have to work. I actually have to do it. And there's no hiding from your projects anymore. The bags are there, the tiles are there, so is the wood. And that's probably a good thing because I'm very good at thinking about my projects, but I'm not very good at making them happen. But now the materials for the projects are physically there, and that kind of forces me to move forward with them. But unfortunately, not everything went smoothly with the receptions. I ordered a bunch of wooden panels. Unfortunately, only the custom cut ones came and not the full ones. And as you're going to see in a bit, it's not the only shipment that went wrong. Alright, so we're in the attic. And today I'm supposed to receive some parcels, like the bed and the feet for the desk. So I need to make some space and move all this somewhere else. So these are mostly my mother's stuff, which is this is basically gonna be her room when she comes by. So I'm just gonna put her stuff there because I think I'm gonna make a closet there. All right, all cleaned out. And we received the sofa bed, which I'm gonna get upstairs. Alright, we managed to cut it up. Not without any effort though. And I'm just gonna pull it out now. Yeah, it turns out this is only half of it. So I don't know why shipping companies do this. Like they split the parcels into two convoy. So far we still haven't finished moving. So the problem is next week the house renovations are supposed to finish, and there's some renovations to do in the old apartment too. So we have to finish moving there so the renovations guy can start doing the renovations in the apartment. So I'm just gonna go and finish moving stuff. Okay, so initially the plan was for me to move everything that's left by myself. Well, I mean, it still is the plan, but what's changed is I was gonna use my own car, which is a very small car, or like a 2-people car, to finish moving. But the renovations guy agreed to lend me his truck. So I'm just gonna go and have everything sorted, like throw out what I need to throw out and put what I need to keep in the same spot so I can be ready for the move early next week. Alright, we made it back to the apartment, but as I said, I'm gonna wait for the renovation guy's truck to move all the small things, but there are some things I need to move right now, which is these aquariums right here, and obviously the filters and stuff, like basically all this column. Alright, time to get this bad boy back home for my kings and queen. Okay, so we've received all the concrete stuff. It's not concrete, it's just sand and rocks that I'm gonna put in the basement to fill the hole. But yeah. Alright, so first step is just going to be to put a top layer of geotextile so the humidity can still circulate, and then we're going to put all the rocks and stuff. All good, now we can start bringing down the pebbles and sand. I'm pretty sure I'm done quantity-wise, but I need to buy a straight edge so I can level the thing, and then put my stones on top. Alright guys, so this is the basement done. Now all I need to do is put the shelving up and level it, and we're good. Here's the current state. So what I'm looking to do is replace this bulb like by a socket, so I can have a multi-plug on the middle here, since I won't need light because I have this the aquarium lights. And yeah, that's basically done. Like I just need to put up racks and we're done. Alright team, so we managed to get back this bucket of ferns back home. Like it has to be weighing over 50 kilos if I'm honest. But what I'm gonna do is put these ferns in this pond that I'm going to build. And what that's gonna do is help boost the nitrogen cycle, which is basically because these are full of beneficial bacteria. Because if you do not cycle an aquarium or a pond, like you will just have ammonia spikes, and everything in it will die. So what I'm gonna do is just put these in here, and yeah. Also, I have to start moving because if I don't, they will dry out. Alright, now we're just filling the thing up. What I did is I put a trash bag on top of it because under this there's a sand layer on top, and under this sand layer there's actually some very rich soil, like garden soil. And if I disturb it, it's not gonna be good because the very rich garden soil is just gonna come up and cause a lot of algae issues because there's a lot of light. So basically I just turned on the tap on one of the lowest settings and put a trash bag so it just trickles down gently and doesn't disturb the sand. I've also added some driftwood and plants to this one because like this mini pond is not looking too great, and I'd like to add fish as soon as I can because I'm not trying to have my house infested with mosquitoes. Alright, so here is the somewhat finished project. Sorry for the glare, like there's nothing I can do about it. Maybe if I can go this way more. But yeah, it's basically just a lot of wood, a lot of ferns. The problem is I did not expect it, but like it is leaking around the logo area. So I'll just wait for it to drain past this point, and I'll put some silicone in it so I can just seal it. And yeah, that's it. Alright, so I put a fair amount of silicone. Now I just need to wait for it to dry. Like, it might not look pretty, but at least it's working. I also put some silicone under there so it doesn't leak. So yeah, just another week of working on the house. There's still so much to do, but we're getting there. Thanks for watching. Bye.